Thank you for the applause. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Good evening and welcome to Gig Harbor Fire and Medic One. Today we gather to recognize and celebrate 7 of our members, honoring 2 with the Medal of Merit and recognizing 5 for their promotions. On behalf of Fire Chief Dennis Stone and our entire command staff, Deputy Chief Perry Oldenburg, Deputy Chief Scott Booth, Deputy Chief John Johnson, thank you for joining us for today's ceremony. My name is Deputy Chief Nick Langlow, and I have the privilege of serving as your MC. Before we begin the awards portion of our ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the family members, friends, coworkers, fire service partners, and fellow firefighters who are here today. The fire service is a unique profession. Often our members are away from home for 24, 48, even 72 hours at a time, and sometimes for extended deployments across the country and across the state of Washington. Answering the call to service requires more than just the individual in uniform. It requires a strong support system behind them. While our firefighters are out serving others, life at home continues. The reality underscores an important truth that it takes a village. Without the support of family, friends, and loved ones, our members wouldn't be able to do what they do each day. Go out and try to make someone else's worst day just a little bit better. So I'd ask you to take a moment, look around the room, and reflect on that village who's in attendance tonight. Today, we are proud to recognize Lieutenant Ryan Kress and Lieutenant Josh Basinas with the Medal of Merit for their bravery and commitment to placing others above themselves. We will also be recognizing 5 individuals who have stepped forward to take on new leadership roles within our organization. Division Chief Tom Westcott, promoted to Deputy Chief. Lieutenant Patrick Phillips, promoted to Division Chief. Lieutenant Greg Hoshin, promoted to Battalion Chief. Driver Operator DJ Ripple, promoted to Lieutenant. Firefighter Paramedic TJ Freebie, promoted to Lieutenant. We will begin with our Medal of Merit recipients. While on vacation with his family in Maui, Hawaii, Lieutenant Ryan Kress demonstrated exceptional courage and selflessness. While enjoying time on the beach, Ryan heard a cry for help and noticed a crowd gathering near the shoreline. He quickly identified a man struggling in the water, attempting to keep an unconscious woman afloat. Without hesitation, Ryan entered the water to assist. Together, they brought the woman to shore, where Ryan immediately assessed her condition. She was not breathing and only had a faint pulse. Ryan acted quickly, rolling her onto her side and performing a sternal rub. Within moments, she began coughing and expelling water. Ryan ensured that 911 had been contacted and remained with the patient, continuing care as she drifted in and out of consciousness. When the fire department personnel arrived, Ryan provided a thorough handoff and remained to assist until the patient, now conscious, was transported. Ryan, thank you for stepping up in a moment of need and for making a difference in someone's life. You and your family should be incredibly proud. At this time, I would like to invite Fire Chief Dennis Stone to join me at the podium to present Ryan Kress with Gig Harbor Fire Medic One Medal of Merit. Lieutenant Kress, will you and your family please come forward? Get one with your family. One more time for Ryan. Next, we recognize Lieutenant Josh Basinas. Well en route to a state mobilization for a wildland fire, Josh encountered an active wildland urban interface fire that was immediately threatening life and property. At the time, Josh was traveling alone in a rental vehicle with only his personal gear, no engine, no water, no crew. But without hesitation, he did what firefighters do. He acted. At this time, I would like to read a letter from Deputy Chief Anthony Graff of the Ephrata Fire Department, who provides an account of the incident and his interaction with Lieutenant Bacinas. Dear Chief Langlow, I was an initial responder to the wildland incident on September 4th, 2025. Heavy smoke and flames could be seen blocks before arrival as a row of old growth arborvitae torched and raced along Highway 28 adjacent to a mobile home park. I arrived single-handed on a wildland engine, as this is common for us on a mid-week daytime call, and began to work from the truck with the front mount nozzle. As I began to switch tactics to engage fire between the arborvitaes and nearby residences, I first encountered Lieutenant Bacinas. My first recollection was, I don't know who this is, but he is properly dressed for the part and quickly asked what he could do to help. I put him to work with me stretching hose along the backside of a residence to stop fire from spreading to that residence. He assisted me with the initial knockdown and helped me to get back mobile to work at the next residence. He then proceeded, lost my spot. He then proceeded to grab hoses and sprinklers from nearby residences and set them up to protect those structures. It was not until an overall knockdown of the wildland portion of the incident that I encountered Lieutenant Bacinas again. I positioned my truck in a similar location as the first encounter, only to find him make his way back and assist me with mop-up work around the arborvitaes. It was at that point I had somewhat of a conversation with Lieutenant Bacinas where he gave me his report of what he witnessed as a passing motorist and that he was headed up north for an assignment on a fire. I thanked him for his time and willingness to stop and help. We even laughed about the fact that this will probably be some of the most fire that he's going to see on his trip away from his department. I was quickly pulled away to assist with fighting fire in the structure that was involved because of the fire, and I lost contact with Lieutenant Bacinas. It was not until later that evening, when we were giving the scene one last look before clearing, that I noticed the extra work Lieutenant Bacinas did. In addition to setting sprinklers at residences, he had also fallen some arborvitaes to stop the progression of fire at one end of the row, and limbed some other sections as well. Not surprised you cut down trees, Josh. I would like to acknowledge the exemplary efforts that Lieutenant Bacinas displayed that day. He actively provided knowledgeable skills that I have no doubt made a positive impact on this scene. I would like to personally thank him for his efforts and organizationally thank him as well. His actions speak loudly as to what it means to be a member of the fire service. Sincerely, Anthony Graff. Josh, thank you for recognizing the need to act and for stepping forward when it mattered most. Your actions exemplify the very best of our profession. Lieutenant Bacinas, will you and your family please come forward? Yep.
Thank you. Fire commissioners, chiefs, brothers and sisters, friends and family, on behalf of the Gig Harbor Fire Commissioners, welcome to this ceremony, to the continuing of a tradition. We are an organization that's quite proud of our traditions, proud of our reputation, and extraordinarily proud of the men and women who choose to become members of the Gig Harbor Fire Department. I want to again recognize Ryan Kress and Josh Bacinas for receiving the Medal of Merit this evening. That is a significant honor, and it reflects the courage and the professionalism and the service in a way that brings pride to our department and to this community. Ryan and Josh, congratulations again on this well-deserved recognition. Tonight is also about leadership and responsibility and service. We're now going to turn to those who have earned the opportunity to take on new roles within this organization. Chief Westcott, Chief Hoshin, Chief Phillips, DJ Ripple, and TJ Freebie, tonight is an important milestone in your career. You have each earned the confidence of this organization, and we're proud to recognize you and your families as you prepare to be sworn in your new position. Enjoy today. Enjoy it with your families. It is a special day, and it goes by so fast. It was 35 years ago that I was handed my first badge, 18 years ago that I became a fire chief, and 5 years ago that I came here. And all of those milestones have just flown by. Honoring heroes and promoting leaders, this is the fun part about being fire chief. Budget prep, negotiations, policy development, not so much. The board has also asked me to let you know how proud they are of each one of you and everyone that serves the citizens of Gig Harbor. You know, we have a lot of books that outline what to do, the policies and procedures, the SOPs, SOGs, collective labor agreement. As you go into your new positions, most of the time, these books and your training will help you make the right decision. But when the book doesn't cover the decision, honesty and integrity will kick in. Follow our core values. It's how you handle these situations that are not covered in the books that will define you as a leader. You've been given another bugle. Your helmet has changed to red or to white. By raising your hand today, you're accepting the greater responsibility of your role. Embrace it, use it, act upon it. Don't turf leadership issues up and problems up. You will make the right decisions, and I trust you. You know, a couple of weeks ago, my assistant Leslie reminded me that this day was on my calendar. She asked if I needed assistance getting prepared, and I told her no. I just go grab last year's speech and spruce it up a little bit. I got it out, and it was a 6-page talk about our mission, our vision, and our values and expectations. And although I am very passionate about that, something happened that saved you from that speech. And because I have a gold badge, 5 bugles on my collar, and most importantly, I have the mic, you have to listen to something that I've learned lately. You know, I revisited a book that I talk about a lot that I love by Brene Brown. It's called Daring Greatly. And this book is, it's about courage. And what comes to mind when you think of courage? We think of public servants risking their lives. And did you know that courage is a heart word? The root of the word courage is core, the Latin word for heart. And in its earliest form, the word meant courage meant to speak one's mind by telling all of one's heart. And over time, this definition has changed. And today we typically associate it with heroic and brave deeds. It takes courage to be a firefighter, to crawl down a hot, smoky hallway, to go forward while others are falling back. Our firefighters are heroes because they put their lives on the line each and every day for others in our community. But great courage comes from our heart. Great courage comes when we stand up for what is right in the face of societal and maybe even peer pressure. As firefighters, as public servants, it's our job to stand up for those without a voice, the poor, the oppressed, the marginalized, the outcast, and the disenfranchised. The people that count on us, our citizens, they may not always look like us. They may not act like us. They may not smell like us. It may be one of the worst emergencies you can imagine, or something that you feel is really insignificant. But in that moment, as firefighters, we represent this community. We represent our city. We represent the fire commissioners, the fire chief, and most importantly, the firefighters that came before us. And sometimes we may be all they have. They're someone's mother, they're someone's child, someone loves them, or at least did at one time. And it's our job to treat them with love and respect and kindness and to make their bad day better. It takes courage to be a firefighter, but it also takes courage to be a parent, to be a teacher, to be a leader, to be a creative person, to be a public speaker. I know it's cheesy. I know it's cliche to say that a quote can change your life, but a quote from Theodore Roosevelt has transformed my way of thinking in so many ways. To be frank, lately it's difficult and challenging and a hard time to be a fire chief. And this quote came at a time when I needed to hear it and I was ready to hear it. So here's the quote. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. After reading that, something stirred and shifted inside of me. I learned a few things from Brene Brown and from Theodore Roosevelt that I want to talk about. First, in life, in work, in relationships, it's not about winning and losing. It's about showing up. It's about being seen. It's about being vulnerable. It's about putting yourself out there. It's daring greatly. Whether you're a fire chief, a firefighter, a parent, an artist, a banker, an architect, it's about courage. The second thing I learned from Brene Brown and Theodore Roosevelt is that it's about having the courage to do what you know you were called to do. Let me ask you this. If you could do anything you wanted to do and you knew you would not fail, what would you choose? After a difficult winter this year, I asked myself that question again. And after reflecting, I decided that I want to be part of a leadership team that's making things better for firefighters in this community. I want to be the fire chief of one of the best fire departments in the nation. I want to be a great dad and partner to my wife, Sean. I want to show up and be seen in my work and in my life. So what is it, or where is it that you need to be courageous in life? Is it work? Is it as a parent? Is it as a leader, as a teacher, as a creator, as an artist? Because if you're going to lead, if you're going to be courageous, if you're going to show up and be seen, there is one and only one guarantee, and that is you will get your butt kicked. That's the only guarantee. If you are going to go into the arena and spend any time there, you are going to get your butt kicked. If courage is a virtue that you hold, this is a consequence, and you cannot avoid it. Leadership is hard. Sometimes leadership stinks. Leadership is a thankless job. People are difficult. It's not what you've done for me, but what have you done for me lately? And if you want people to like you, then don't be a leader. Go sell ice cream, because everybody likes the ice cream man. The last thing I learned is my new philosophy on criticism. As leaders, we have to make decisions that not everyone will agree with. So here's what I've learned. If someone is not in the arena getting their butt kicked, we should not be interested in their feedback. If they have constructive feedback for improvement, I'm all for it. But if someone is in the cheap seats, not putting themselves on the line, throwing stones, we should not be interested in their feedback. If you are going to lead, if you're going to be in the arena, you need to have clarity of values. And if courage is my value, then I have to lead. As you go back to work, back to your home, back to the fire station, as you evaluate what you are and what you want to be, I want to share one final thing with you. If you're going to be courageous, you have to have at least one person in your life that will pick you up, dust you off when you fail, and you will fail. Because if you don't, you're not showing up. You need to have people in your life that say, man, that sucked. Yes, it was just as bad as you thought, but you were brave. Now let's get you cleaned up, because we are going to get you back in there. You need to have people that have your back. I am so blessed to have my wife, Sean, my family, the command staff, the board of fire commissioners who provide that support to me. You are lucky to be in a profession that people support you and love you and will have your back. One of my favorite authors, Bob Goff, the other day I was reading his book. It's called Love Does. One of the quotes that is haunting me was, I used to be afraid of failing at something that really mattered to me. Now I'm more afraid of succeeding at things that don't matter. It's so scary to show up. It feels dangerous to be seen. Leadership is difficult, but it's not as scary, dangerous, or terrifying as getting to the end of our life and thinking, what if I had? What if I had shown up? You have persevered to get here today. As you move forward, leading in the firehouse, remember when you fail, push onward, keep going, persevere, surround yourself with people that love you and hug you and dust you off. Accept the consequences, learn something, and get right back in that arena. Remember that your failures and your imperfections are the steps you'll climb to your greatest success. Congratulations. We know how hard you worked to get here. It's an honor to serve with you, and I'm proud of you, and I love you. For the rest of your career, remember this: the name on the front of your helmet represents your employer, your brother, and your sister firefighters. The name on the back of your coat represents your family. Make us both proud. Remember to be brave, be safe, and be kind. Thank you.
All right, Tom Westcott, will you join us up here at the podium?
All right. Raise your hand. I state your name.
I, Tom Westcott,
Having been appointed
having been appointed
a Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1 Deputy Chief,
a Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1 Deputy Chief,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and that of the state of Washington.
and that of the state of Washington.
I will obey the rules,
I will obey the rules,
regulations, and orders
regulations, and orders
of the Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
I will honorably perform
I will honorably perform
the duties of Deputy Chief
the duties of Deputy Chief
and faithfully serve
and faithfully serve
the citizens of Gig Harbor
the citizens of Gig Harbor
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I freely accept
I freely accept
the greater responsibility
the greater responsibility
of this position.
of this position.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you, Chief.
I'll get a picture.
Huh?
Oh, you're right. All right, well, Tom's family come up and pin his badge.
Family of one.
This boy's-
Noreen.
Don't,
Stab you.
jab me.
It's down there,
Oh. Oh. Got it. Okay.
You don't need to clasp it. Yeah, you
Oh.
don't need to clasp it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Greg Hoshin, your turn.
All right. Raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Greg Hoshin,
having been appointed
having been appointed
a Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1
a Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1
Battalion Chief,
Battalion Chief,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the
of
Constitution
the United
of the
States
United States
and that
and that
of the state of Washington.
of the state of Washington.
I will obey the rules,
I will obey the rules,
regulations, and order
regulations, and order
of the Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
of the Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
I will honorably perform
I will honorably perform
the duties of
the duties of
Battalion Chief
Battalion Chief
and faithfully serve
and faithfully serve
the citizens of Gig Harbor
the citizens of Gig Harbor
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability.
and ability.
I freely accept
I freely accept
the greater responsibility
the greater responsibility
of this position.
of this position.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Kim and Tyler, you want to come up? Patrick Phillips.
All right, raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Patrick Phillips,
having been appointed
having been appointed
a Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1
the Gig Harbor Fire Medic 1
Division Chief,
Division Chief,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and that
and that
of the state of Washington.
of the state of Washington.
I will obey the rules,
I will obey the rules,
regulations, and orders
regulations, and orders
of the Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
of the Gig Harbor Fire Medic 1.
I will honorably perform
I will honorably perform
the duties of Division Chief
the duties of Division Chief
and faithfully serve
and faithfully serve
the citizens of Gig Harbor
the citizens of Gig Harbor
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I freely accept
I freely accept
the greater responsibility
the greater responsibility
of this position,
of this position,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right, Sonia and the crew, you want to come up here?
All right, gotta go landscape mode. Told you.
Hey. You're always right. There you go.
You heard that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. DJ Ripple and TJ Freebie, you guys come up together. We'll only make you do it once.
All right. Raise your right hand. I state your name,
DJ
having been appointed
having been appointed
a Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1
Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1
Lieutenant,
Lieutenant,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and that of the state of Washington.
and that of the state of Washington.
I will obey the rules,
I will obey the rules,
regulations, and orders
regulations, and orders
of the Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
of Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1.
I will honorably perform
I will honorably perform
the duties of lieutenant
the duties of lieutenant,
and faithfully serve
faithfully serve
the citizens of Gig Harbor
the citizens of Gig Harbor
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I freely accept
I freely accept
the greater responsibility of this position.
the greater responsibility of this position.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oh, we'll get a team picture.
Team picture.
Thank you.
All right, DJ, can you step right over next to me? And then TJ, can your family come up? I know DJ and TJ is kind of hard. What's that? All right, DJ, it's your family's turn. Come on up. DJ, I know you just left, but now can I get all 5 of the promoted folks up here tonight? Mike Collins is here from the local to give all of you a gift.
I know the last union president was a little taller. I request a stool next time, Lisa. On behalf of the local, I would just like to thank all of you for your commitment to personal growth within this profession. It's our leaders who shape the culture of our department, enable our members to be the best versions of themselves. So thank you for taking on that additional responsibility. And thank you to your families for the sacrifice that they have made on our behalf. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Once again, thank you everybody for joining us here today to recognize the 5 folks we promoted and then the 2 we gave merit awards to. Truly, this is one of the coolest parts of the job, no doubt about it, to recognize our the amazing people that we have working here. No offense, commissioners, this is the best commissioner meeting of the year. When we get to recognize our folks, but this is such a great organization. I know that most of you have heard me say it before, but I am so blessed to work here with so many amazing humans, and the amount of people, the support staff, the mechanics, our firefighters, our command staff, the families. I know I mentioned it earlier in my speech, but thank you so much for allowing us to do something that we love to do. I can't imagine doing anything different than what I'm doing today. I was with recruits from Tacoma and some from Gig Harbor a couple weeks ago, and they said, they asked me, like, what's the favorite, like one of the favorite parts of your job, of my job. And I was telling them a story. I said, they were almost done with the fire academy. I said, you're going to finish the fire academy and you're going to go out to an engine company, and there's going to be a day when it's 75 degrees and you're going to an M1 call, and the window's down and your sunglasses are on, and I promise you will think, like, I cannot believe that I get to do this for a living and I get to make a difference in people's lives. And thank you for allowing this community, for allowing me to do this, for allowing us to do this, to show up to work every single day. Thank you. I'm so blessed to be here. This is such a great community and an awesome fire department, and I cannot wait to roll this thing back for at least another 10 years. So that concludes our ceremony tonight. Please feel free to come up and take pictures, socialize, hang out, and there is no more commissioner business for the rest of the night. So it's just social hour. So thank you.